What is up guys, MIXOW back with another video. In today's video, okay, you know, title says all, we're gonna have a look on 3 insane caster builds that are actually thinking that this one are the meta. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into the video and we're gonna start with the first one. It's obviously, and you all know this spec, it's the frostbomb. So for the new beginners here on Ascension, you're gonna start thinking, okay, what is frostbomb? Frostbomb is, you know, the firebomb? Okay, and this one is the frost version. So you cast a frostbomb on someone and you're gonna let him tick out the damage. So it will explode and deal damage, and this is what frostbomb does. So basically, if frostbomb is already on enemy, so and you cast another frostbomb on it, it will explode and deal another damage. So yeah, this is what frostbomb does. And the setup are really kind of easy, I guess. So you're gonna start maybe with deep freeze or a wyvern, something that stuns the target, you know, something that's not gonna let the enemy stop your frostbomb cast. And yeah, this is how you set up. You're gonna cast frostbomb and then you're gonna cast frostbolt with maybe a shatter like Iceland and something like that, and deal your damage. And after a while you're gonna start run behind the pillar or just play defensive. It also, there is a viable option, you can also play a stealth frostbomb. I made a video about this one. It's actually a nice build, but I think for a starter I would recommend you to just play the simple frostbomb build that I'm gonna post it in my info box down below, like always, like every build that I'm exposing actually in this video. Why is frostbomb so strong? Frostbomb is strong because, well, you can stun something. You know guys, one thing you have to imagine, the meta right now is you're gonna CC the target and then you're gonna bomb all those new cities that you have on the target. That's the plan. Like, you work with wyvern, you work with deep freeze, you work with stuns, you work with shadow furies. Not in this build actually, but most of the caster builds are usually just stun the target and start dealing damage. And start after that, kiting again until your CDs are ready, and then you can bomb again on the enemy. That's the meta right now. And this is what caster makes so strong right now. The CC chain you get, and then the damage you get dealt with. So frostbomb are really strong against melee based builds, but kinda bad against S-dots or immolate and castbot casters. So yeah, they have a chance to win, yes, I'm not saying that, but they got a hard time against those casters, but they are really strong against melees. And this is what the other builds are actually not that good. And yes, you're gonna need random enchants like Stay Frosty, which will grant you another stack of Fingers of Frost, and yeah, which is all needed for a Frostbolt mage to cast a shatter on the target. That's what makes so much damage. So my last words for the frostbomb build is, if you're gonna play a frostbomb build, you have to start practicing a slow kind of base playstyle. Like, okay, I have to manage my cooldowns perfectly. So for example, I'm gonna use my wyvern and then I'm gonna use my frostbomb and then I'm gonna shatter him with frost nova pet and deep freeze on him and then cast my shatter again and then run behind some pillars until your CDs are ready. Because as a frost mage, you can easily kite pupils with your slows, with your traps, with your deep freezes and what so on. So yeah, simple frostbomb builds that are really nice and a really fun spec to play. So if you're new to Ascension, I would highly recommend you to just test it out. You can find the build in my info box down below. Feel free to use it, feel free to change it, and feel free to have fun with it. Alright, coming to the next build I'm gonna present you guys is the Shadow Dots. We're gonna work with Whisper of the Old Gods random enchant, which will summon a tentacle when you're dealing damage with Shadow Word Pain. And yeah, the tentacle will increase your spell damage by 15%. So how you gonna play Shadow Dots? Basically, you just dot and run, dot and run, dot and run, dot and run. You kite the enemy until the enemy gets down. So you're gonna work with Ice Block heal, you're gonna work with your deterrence, you're gonna work with readiness, and sometimes, yeah, you're gonna work with wyvern if there is no dots on the enemy. So you can build up your positioning, you can build up your dots again, and then start kiting again. Simple said, but I will say this is a really good build against every caster, but you got a hard time if you're gonna play against a melee which has a lot of gap closers, something like charge and stuff like that. So yeah, you're gonna have to fix this, you're gonna have to practice how you can kite melees, then this build is gonna oh shit, this is a really nice build, and I had so much fun to test it. I had so much fun to play. I was thinking, okay, maybe you're gonna shut up the Dragon Warrior and gonna re-roll on the Shadow Dots because it was really fun. But just wait until I present you the next build. I think this build is more fun than this one. I mean, both are kind of funny, but I like the last one more because, yeah, you're gonna see it in the next builds. Yeah, we're gonna work with Whispering of the Old Gods. So you're gonna work with your dots. You're gonna press Devouring Plague, then you're gonna press your Shadow Word Pain, and then you're gonna cast a Vampiric Touch on it, maybe Vampiric Touch in first, and then you're gonna press your dots, and then you're gonna cast Mind Blast into a Shadow Word Death for the holy crit. I also like to work with Mind Flay if the enemy starts running from you, so you can Mind Flay him around the corner, stuff like that. You're gonna work with Shadow Fury to stun the enemy, to actually cast your Mind Blast and then directly into a Shadow Word Death, which deals a amount of damage. And yeah, this build was kind of funny, guys. We're going to work with the random enchants Lingering Death, for example, which will negate the incoming heal that the target has. So yeah, it is kind of a... I'm not sure if you guys familiar with the Ghostly Strike that Death Knights had in retail, so yeah, that's kind of similar thing. This random enchant's gonna also corrupt the ground, which will reduce their enemy movement speed by 40%, so you have a good time to kite the enemy. So we're also gonna work with Psychic Influence, which will increase our spell damage when we're casting Mind Flay, so more damage to the enemy. Guys, I'm gonna link this build also on the info box down below. Just test it out. I think this might be a really strong build. I mean, it is really fun to play. The only thing that you have to do is just figure yourself out how you're gonna play against melees, how you're gonna play against casters. But I think as a Shadow Dots, you're gonna have a easy time to play, for example, against a Frostbolt caster or Frostbomb caster, something like that. Okay. That was actually two amazing builds that I had fun with to play, that I had fun to test it for you out, guys. But now, okay, this one, my opinion, guys, okay, I'm not sure what you're saying, what you're thinking, but this one is, for me, my favorite so far. It's called, the random enchant, it's called Controlled Burn, but I would call it a deep Destruction Warlock build, okay? This one is so funny because you're gonna work with Immolate and you're gonna have your Conflagrate, which will deal an amount of damage. You're gonna Shadow Free and press a call spot, like the old good Destruction Warlock, and it's actually working, guys. It's actually working for this meta. This is actually really nice. What we're gonna have to do here is also we have Wyvern, we also have a Dragon Breath, we also have, which this is a really nice skill we have called Meteor. Okay, Meteor, well, it's called Cause Meteor. So your Inferno spell is transformed into Cause Meteor, and Cause Meteor is a 40-second cooldown. So you can call every 40 seconds a meteor to the ground, which will disorient the enemy and deal a amount of damage. So what you can do is press Shadow Fury into a Cause Meteor, so yeah, or a Dragon Breath into a Cause Meteor. The enemy gonna shrek down all of your dots and all of your cause spot they're gonna get hit with. I'm sorry, guys, that I have not more footage for this build actually, but the MMR system kinda really tilts me right now, but I think I'm gonna do another video for especially this part. So yeah, we're gonna have to chill with those three builds. And no, guys, I'm not thinking that the Harbinger of Pestilence is a good PvP random enchant, because I really don't like the setup you have to do, and I think this can get really easy countered by every class. So basically, it is good maybe for PvE, but not good for PvP. That is my opinion. I'm not sure what you're thinking about this, but I don't think, and this is why I don't have Harbinger of Pestilence in this video. Maybe I can do another video about the Harbinger of Pestilence if you want to, but I am not a big fan of it. So yeah, that's it with the video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you could get some builds that you want to actually play and you actually want to try. Have fun with it, and you're gonna see us in the next video. Have a good day, have a good night. Bye bye.